Ooh, well, thank you, sexy lady.
Okay, here's the check.
Okay, so I can put in bids here. I can. Good.
Yeah, you can do it all
Okay, great.
and get
I'll
that ready
I'll wait
for.
for everybody to come in. So this'll have the okay, hang on.
It won't have the commentary, but I am dropping the PDF of your lesson hands
Okay.
into the chat so that the players can download them from there.
Okay. Well, hopefully my speech will have some relation to the commentary that I wrote. Would be embarrassing if I contradicted myself.
Let's not do that. What the heck?
Highland.
Howdy.
So what does Oh, when I was reviewing it about 10 minutes ago, there's a little teeny tiny typo. I said tricks instead of trick, but
Blogs.
they'll get it. That's not going to kill us.
And Mike, when you have a chance, if you could go over hand 9.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Why don't I do that now while I'm
There you go.
okay, so do there we go. And 9. Yeah, this isn't one of why don't we go over this now, Glenn, while
Sure.
I'm waiting. Exports. Okay, so here's what I see. North, if you play a week 2 diamonds, North is deal. Yeah, this is an acceptable week 2 diamonds. It's tip top of the range. And it has a smidgen more defense than I'd like for a week 2 bid. Those queens are going to be valuable on defense and probably not valuable on offense. Did you open it 2 diamonds or do you play a week 2 diamonds?
North open 2 diamonds.
Okay, let's start with that. Um, the East hand, either double or 2 hearts, they're both decent bids. I personally would choose double just because it gets all three suits into play. It might be right to play clubs, and you're almost certainly not going to do that after 2 hearts. But if you start with a double, you're probably not going to get a chance to describe your fifth heart to your partner. Um, at the one level, you'd start with a heart because you're probably going to get another chance to bid and back in to find a spade fit. I would choose a double, but if you chose 2 hearts, that's okay. And I swear I hadn't looked at it. So South clearly passes. I'll go through other options. South passes. West doesn't have a good suit. They've got a bunch of diamonds. Um, it might be the wrong thing, certainly, but I just say pass. So
Okay.
that's what I do. I don't know that it's going to work. Um, I don't know what the double dummy analysis says.
So in our case,
Yeah,
East
this was just my idea of what an auction could be, but go
so
ahead.
East bid 2 hearts,
Certainly acceptable for me. Yeah. So 2 hearts.
and then everybody passed, and
Yep.
then it got ugly.
Yeah, that'll happen when you're bidding over a preempt, you're entitled to play partner for about 6 working points. And on this hand, they just don't have them. Their points are the King Jack of Diamonds, and those are pretty much useless. I mean, that's what happens. Preempts work. Um, you sort of have to guess a little bit over them, and sometimes it doesn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did anything wrong by overcalling 2 hearts. I certain days I might choose that over double, but if East did say double, I think West just has to grit their teeth and pass. If they try something, the alternatives are 2 spades when you're spade
Not on a
live.
3 card suit though.
Yeah, or 2 no trump, and that promises a lot more points than they have. So just grit your teeth. Defending with 5 trumps is usually fun. So
Right. And
Okay,
you're in the good
everybody's
position too.
finished.
okay, I'm sorry.
And you're in the good position because
Well, I don't like the fact that my King Jack of Diamonds, like the suit is on my. I'd be much happier if it was like 2 diamonds past double, where my King Jack of Diamonds is behind the diamond bidder.
right, but they only
But
got
I
one
have what
chance.
I have. I mean,
They only
what?
have one chance to lead through you.
Yeah, exactly. So it might work, it might not. But even if 2 diamonds is making, probably what happened, even if 2 diamonds double was making two, and that's 180, we probably were going for minus 200 or more if we bid. We'd probably be going down two wherever we bid.
All
So
right.
so passing, if East said double, I'd pass. Even if it's wrong, bidding might be worse. So
Got it. Thank you, sir.
no, you're welcome. All right, I'll go load up board 2 again. Doink, 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 doink.
So into the chat, everyone, I've put the lesson hands. You can download them from there.
We'll go back to deal 2. So Lynn, why don't you just tell me when you think an appropriate point to start is?
Yeah, no, I think Kathy said everybody is done, so you're probably
So
good.
should I give him 5 minutes to tootle in here, or
No, now is good. I think the
now it's
people,
good? We can start
yeah,
up? Okay.
I think you're good.
Good afternoon, or yeah, afternoon, everybody. My name's Mike Roberts. I help with the preparation of these hands, and Linda's going to be unavailable for the rest of the month. So I'll be trying to cover her and go through the hands that we've prepared for presentation and lectures, and hopefully we'll enjoy ourselves. All right. So the first hand, the theme of this week's or this session's hands on the lesson hands, we're trying to visualize tricks, imagine tricks on defense, and play accordingly. So the key thing is that if you know something that your partner doesn't, you're entitled to either seize control completely or metaphorically hit them on the head until they do what you want them to do. So hopefully these hands will give some example of this. All right, we'll start out with board number 2. East opens 1 club. That's pretty normal. South is probably debating whether or not they should have opened 2 clubs if East had passed. So they'll blink a couple of times. Every hand that is above a certain level should start with a double, even with imperfect shape. So if you have 18 plus or 19 plus, some people say one, some people do the other, you start with double. Here you have 23. The queen of clubs is almost certainly garbage, because they have the ace king, but you still have to start with double. If you start with hearts, 1 heart, partner's never going to be bidding over it unless they've got a weak heart raise. And you might have a spade fit. And so double is the standard action with North. West passes. That's pretty normal. North has a very bad hand. Well, fairly bad hand. They have a king. they have to bid. If partner makes a takeout double, passes a very specific hand with long, very long and good cards in the opponent's suit. That's not this. So even though they don't have very many points, they start with one spade. East has 14 high card and a couple of doubletons. It's what I would call a very good minimum opening bid. And they've got a good 6-card suit. They want to make sure the partner knows that their one club opener isn't just something on like a convenient club. I've really got clubs here. So I bid 2 clubs. But you don't have to do that with every hand with 6 clubs. Your partner passed over the double, so they don't have very much. You want to not always bid that. If there's a danger it might get doubled. Here, 2 clubs is fine. South just has too much to do anything else. They know their partner is probably close or pretty close to broke, but partner will, if 4 spades is right and we don't bid it now, partner will never be able to cooperate intelligently. So this is one, I know what to do. Partner can't help me. Partner can't help, and this might be right. So let's bid 4 spades. And West probably wants to get on with the next hand. North is happy because they have 5 spades here, but other than the king of diamonds, anyway, they pass. And East has said, with partner who's not interested, they pass. So the expected spot should be 4 spades by North. All right, opening lead. We lead the ace from ace king. This is just on opening lead, but this is our normal one. We have no reason to do anything else. So ace of clubs, 10, 3 perforce, and 4. East isn't sure what's going on with clubs. If they bothered to work it out, they can work out that partner can't have a doubleton because the 3 of clubs is the lowest outstanding club. If partner had 2, they would have started playing high-low. So we don't know if it's a singleton from 3 small or 4 small, but we know it's not a doubleton. Doesn't really help us on this hand, but it's sort of nice to know things. But let's continue with the king of clubs. Queen. Now West, who shouldn't have, probably had thought they had nothing to do on this hand. Try and think about how the East-West pair is going to take tricks on this hand. Clearly they're going to get their 2 club tricks. But there's no potential for any spade tricks. There's no potential for any tricks in hearts. And you can sort of see, because the 10 of hearts is going to be either in Declara's hand or it's going to fall under all those high hearts in dummy. Declara's going to have 5 heart tricks and a whole bunch of pitches on them. So the only hope really is, or the best chance for more defensive tricks there is in diamonds. And it's got to be better for us to lead up to the Jack X rather than have partner lead. If we leave it, so the sum total of that is, even though this was one of the big rules in bridge is thou shalt not trump thy partner's trick, you want to do that on this hand. The winning defense on this hand is partner played the king of clubs, not knowing what was happening. We want to rush this. Partner will probably glare at you. That's fine. Partner wonder what's going on. But now we return a diamond. You should return some kind of high diamond to indicate you don't have an honor. I would choose the 7. The 9's probably the technically right play. And whatever happens now, East can cash the ace. So East can cash queen of diamonds. And then the ace of diamonds. And that beats it 1. They can try for a promotion with another club, but that'll be it. 9 tricks. So can I go back from this point, Lynn? Do I hit redeal, or let's try reloading it again?
Yeah, I think you have to do
Yeah.
that.
So I'll just go. I'll just. No, we have to do it this way. So So and hopefully you can see if this hand just mechanically played a low heart. Now the defense can't get two diamond tricks. Indeed, East has to cash the ace of diamonds or they'll actually take 11 tricks. So this is one where there are rules in bridge for almost everything. But the overriding rule is think, 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 think. I know it's sort of tough when hands are going by pretty quickly. You have no points and haven't been thinking. And it took me when I first looked at this hand, it took me about 30 seconds to work out, oh, hang on, wait, I've got to rough my partner's king of clubs. But that's what you have to do. You have to imagine where tricks are coming on defense. And if I need to be on lead, I need to trump my partner's good tricks. Sometimes breaking the rules is appropriate. Hopefully your partner will understand, and hopefully, especially when you defeat a contract that you wouldn't have defeated otherwise, should definitely understand. Interesting. If they did leave the King of Clubs holding, I think East should come to the same conclusion that there's no tricks coming in hearts or spades. They should just cash the ace of diamonds because they can see all these pitches coming. Partner had the king they'd encourage here. So now we know partner doesn't have the king of diamonds. Try for a club. Maybe partner has 10-30, but maybe they'll forget to rough high or something. It doesn't work, but at least you don't have the contract. Okay. Any other questions on that one? All
I have
right.
a question. So
Yeah.
how would you know that though? That
It's not a very it's just a question of because there's no tricks, others clubs are out, the other three suits are out for sources of defensive tricks. Clubs are out, trumps are out, hearts are out. So the only tricks available would be in diamonds. And you just have to sort of see you want to lead up to weakness. And the only way that I'm going to get on lead is by roughing my partner's king of clubs. It's not a common play by any means. I don't want you guys roughing partners high tricks willy-nilly. But if this is the only way we can get on lead, that's how you I can't quantify how you know to do it. It's just a
Okay.
matter of this is where my tricks are coming from. Then, oh, it's better if I lead.
Okay.
I
How
gotta
do you
rough my
know
king
it
of
wouldn't
clubs.
be hearts?
I'm sorry.
How do you know it would not be hearts?
There's a potential. That's what I thought when I looked at it. There was a potential that your partner could be void in hearts. It's sort of unlikely. One thing, it's sort of unlikely that Declara has exactly three hearts. The other thing is high card wise, your partner has the ace king of clubs, probably the jack, but they have nothing in spades and nothing in hearts. If you're the kind of defender who counts points or keeps track of points, partner's got to have some high cards in diamonds.
Okay.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have a one club opening bid. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So it certainly might be right to it certainly is right to rough the king of clubs. It
Mhm.
might have been right to rough the king of clubs and return a heart if partner was void. But it's just much more likely that we want to get a diamond through on the actual this actual layout is more likely than partner having a void in hearts. And there's no way that your partner could have told you either way.
Okay. Thank
You
you.
just sort of have to guess. But a
Mhm.
diamond is the more likely successful defense.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good point, though. I thought of it as well when I was looking at the hand.
So Mike,
Okay.
it's Mike,
Yeah.
when you open a double then, so that gives the opponents an idea that you have a lot of hearts and spades, correct?
Normally, yeah. If you've got you have to double with almost any hand of more than 18 points, with almost any shape. So on this hand, you also have a hand that's about the right shape for like doubling one club with 13 points. You don't have good diamond support, but you've got the support for the majors. But if I had the same high card with Jack X of spades and Ace King Queen Jack of diamonds, I'd still have to start with a double. So there's two sort of kinds of doubles over one level suit opening bids. There's the hands that are minimum-ish, 12 to 17 points with the right shape. 3 card support for all of the unbid suits. But the other kind of double, some people call it a power double. You just have to start out by saying double and then bidding your suit. That's, I think Linda called it the big double, power double. Partner will expect the first kind. Everybody will expect the first kind just from the double. They'll expect the takeout double shape with 12 to 17 points. You have to do something afterwards to say, no, I've just got the big hand, and try and describe that as well. Is that answering your question? Sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, are we okay to go on to the next one? Okay, I think board 6 is the next one. Okay,
Ooh.
let's export and upload deal to table. Okay, this one is an east-west declaring hand. East barely qualifies for an opening bid. In my opening bid standards used to be a little higher 30 years ago, and this wasn't an opening bid. It is now. You've got 12 high card and a good 5-card suit. So 1 club. South passes. Now, should West respond with their 4-card major, or should they respond with their longer diamonds with this hand, or with this shape? With this shape, it depends on how strong your hand is. If you have less than an opening bid yourself, like 6 to 12 points, just bid your major. Concentrate on bidding your major and forget about the minor suit. So if the king of diamonds was not in this hand, it should respond to spade. But on this hand, we've got longer diamonds than spades, so you want to describe your hand to partner. Put it this way, if you respond to spade and the hand belongs in six diamonds, you're almost certainly not going to get there. If you respond to diamond, you'll be able to, West will be able to make enough forcing calls to find a 4-4 spade fit if it exists. So with an opening bid values as a responder, bid your longest suit. So here you bid a diamond. And where's north? There we go. Pass. East has a balanced hand. They're not great stoppers in the majors, but you don't like to rebid a 5-card suit unless you have to. We've got a decent 1-no trump bid here. Pass. West is justified to just bid 3-no. That's okay. If East might have bypassed a 4-card spade suit, this is a matter of style. Frequently after a club pass a diamond, East bids a no trump with almost all balanced hands, and they back into their 4-4 spade fit. So if 1-no trump denies 4 spades, this is the auction you have. If 1-no trump doesn't deny 4 spades for you, we go 2 spades, pass. East says, no, I don't have spade support, pass, 3-no. Either way, it should end up at 3-no. I actually like this auction a little better. But so we're in 3-no trump.
Question about the 2 spades by West.
Yeah.
Is that forcing on East
Yes,
to bid
a
again?
new suit by responder is forcing, with certain exceptions. But here, because we've bid diamonds first and then spades, your partner should know you have longer diamonds and spades. And if they're following the same rule about responding, they should know because we bid our longer diamond suit instead of our 4-card spade suit, we've got to have opening bid values as well. It all sorts
Okay.
of paints a picture together.
And the one no trump doesn't violate that because that's by opener.
Yeah, the one
Is-
no trump is fine. Yeah, what that just says I'm a balanced hand with 12 to 14 high card. Some people play it denies a 4-card major specifically. Some people say no, I'll bid it all the time. I think Linda might have a solid rule about it, but it's pretty common to play it either way. This is one, if you've got a regular partnership, you might want to discuss it with them. Sorry
Okay,
to be wishy-washy on it,
our
but a
bidding,
lot of people play it either way.
yeah, our bidding went this way up to the 2 spades. I was east, and I just passed the 2 spades, so we
Can't
played
do
it.
that. One of the
That's
old-fashioned Gorin rules, which is still pretty applicable, is that a new suit by uh, by
responder.
responder is forcing. I understand that East has limited their hand, but it's because the spades is higher than diamonds.
Mhm.
That's why it's a forcing bid.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Defense. So South is on lead. They bid spades and diamonds and clubs. We were going to lead it anyway, but now they're gone. What are we doing? Pass, pass, pass. So they lead the King of Hearts. That'll be from King, Queen, Jack, ideally, or King, Queen, 10. From King, Queen, XX, like if this 10 of Hearts was the 2, it's probably better to lead to the 2 just to not block the suit. But here, there might be a doubles and jack floating around in either the east or west hand. So we want to sort of protect. Okay, so we start with the King of Hearts. 2. North likes hearts. So aside from smiling, they should try and find some way of signaling their partner that they like hearts. If you one of the good traits to have as a defender is always signal with the highest card you can afford. I've seen a lot of defenders sort of say, "Oh, I'll play the 7 here. It's I'm starting a high low." Well, from after the 4, from South's point of view, the 7 might have been from 9-8-7. It might be the low card. So you always want to make a signal with the highest card that you can afford. Here, when you play the 9, now partner will know you either have the ace or the jack. So that's a very important lesson, that you always want to signal with the highest card you can afford. Make sure it's one you can afford, but here the 9 is clearer to partner than the 7, and you can afford it. So the King of Hearts holds. South now knows that their partner has either the ace or jack of hearts, so they'll play a low heart to set up to keep on going after hearts. And North wins the ace. Okay, so what does North know at this point? They know their partner has the Queen of Hearts because they started with the King, and they wouldn't have made some speculative lead from King X or anything like that. They know that their partner has at least 4 hearts. If for some reason they decided to lead the King of Hearts from King, Queen, and another, they would have continued with the Queen. So when they continued with the low heart, they either have a 4 or 5 card suit. Now North should be happy. They can see the 5 tricks that are available on defense. They can see that the defense is going to get 4 hearts, 5 if partner had a 5th one, but at least 4 hearts, and the ace of diamonds. So, but if they just mechanically return a heart, let's have this hand pitch a diamond, and then they get tricky and pitch a spade. South now has to guess where partner's ace is. It wouldn't be hard to construct a hand where partner had the ace of clubs instead of the ace of diamonds. And if I don't lead a club now, it goes away. The point that we're making, sorry, let me go undo, is go back to the ace hearts. Okay. Sorry, let's wait for all those undos to clear. Okay. After the ace of hearts, North knows what the 5 defensive tricks are. South might not. So it's North's duty to prevent partner from making a mistake. They need to cash the ace. They got cash the ace of diamonds, and South was probably wondering what the heck's going on. Now they return a heart, and now South obviously can just cash the other heart. So you might have gotten this defense right anyway. But there's a danger that sorry, I'm gonna load the board again. Maybe. Why is it not doing it? Yeah, there's the full board. You can sort of see if you count Declarer's tricks, Declarer has 4 spades and 5 club tricks. So if we didn't cash our 5 tricks right away, then Declarer might have been able to take 9 tricks, and the ace of diamonds would have gone away. Hugh Kelsey wrote an like the Bible for advanced defense play called Killing Defense. And I think one of the chapters was called like building a fence around partner. You want to do as much to make sure your partner doesn't have a chance to do the wrong thing. Here, that involves cashing the ace of diamonds before you return your 3rd heart. That way, partner will just cash their hearts and you're home free. If you didn't do that, partner would have to guess. And aside from the sheer joy of torturing partner, it's not much fun to have partner guess and then guess wrong, especially when you could have gotten it right for them. So that was the lesson you wanted to do on this hand. If you know the right defense and your partner might not, you're entitled to take control of the defense. In this case, by cashing the ace of diamonds. The other big point that I sort of wanted to make was to play the 9 of hearts as your signal in hearts, not the 7. Try not to be wishy-washy when you're making your signals. Any questions on this one? I don't know what the Traveler looked like, Kathy. Were there any people making 3-0 on this hand?
I actually didn't look at it.
Okay. All right. You can tell me in a bit. I was just curious. My guess is that most of the defenders would beat it, but as you can see, there's scope for misdefense. So
We made 3 no trump.
Yep.
But that was because South didn't lead a 2nd heart.
Yeah, that might have been because they either didn't get the right signal by North or they didn't trust the right signal by North. So that's one where signaling helps South feel more comfortable continuing with a low heart at trick 2.
There are 4 instances of 3 no trump going down 1, and 1 instance of 3 no trump making it, and 1 instance of 1 no trump making it +3.
Okay. That might have been East not opening the bidding, which I think you have to open the bidding nowadays with almost a very good expert. As I was in my conservative mode, just like slapped me on the head and just said, open all 12 counts. I'm like, okay, all right, fine. So we open all 12 counts.
I
At least-
opened that because the rule of 20. Are you familiar with the
Yeah,
rule of
yeah,
20?
the rule of 20 is fine, but even with the rule of 20 is more for hands that are distributional that have fewer than 12 high card points. What the heck happened here?
Click the bridge base tab.
If I can find it.
It's next to the launch meeting Zoom on the right.
On the right.
We're looking at your browser.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You're there. Go back with your mouse.
All
and
right, I got it. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. Okay. If you don't mind,
7.
I'm going to head on to board 7, which is our 4th one. Okay, let's export this one. I think this one is going to be a more difficult one than board 6. The auction is going to be very, very short and sweet, especially when everybody is for triple three. South has a classic one no trump opener, and everybody just says pass. Okay. Opening lead, 2 of spades. North plays low. East has to play the lower from touching honors. This is sort of important, and I'll get to it later on in the hand. And it's in the commentary, the PDF that we've prepared. But East should definitely has to play the queen of spades. You play the lower from touching honors in response to partner's lead. Now, when that holds the trick, it's fairly likely that partner has the ace of spades. If declarer had the ace of spades, they probably would have played a higher spade from dummy at trick 1. You can sort of tell that partner has the ace of spades. So we know from the 2 of spades that we have 4 spade tricks coming. So against 3 no trump and higher level no trump defense, it's frequently we're going to pound our long suit and we'll try and set up and cash our suit before declarer sets up and cashes their winners. Against 1 no trump and 2 no trump, it's frequently a matter of getting tricks in more than one suit to defeat 1 no trump. Just cashing one suit isn't good enough. So when the queen of spades holds and partner has led the 2, the most we're going to get in spades is 4 spade tricks because partner led their 4th best spade. And there's nothing lower than the 2. Where else might we be getting tricks? We can't force tricks in hearts and clubs. The declarer might not have the high card and need to knock something out. But leading that suit ourselves won't set up tricks. Diamonds is very attractive because we're leading through up to these 3 small diamonds. If we cash all our spades, now partner's going to be on lead. The end result of this is we want to leave spades as our way of getting back and forth between the east hand and the west hand, and attack diamonds by playing and if we're going to attack diamonds, we want to play the mnemonic is Boston. You want to play bottom of strength, top of nothing. So because we don't have a high honor in diamonds, if we lead diamonds, we want to play the 9. This will deny an honor. Partner knows that we have the king of spades because the queen of spades held. Is that part making? Declarer had the king, they would have won the king at trick 1, and they'd still have the jack of spades as another stopper. So when the queen of spades held, partner knows that we have the king. And we know that partner knows that we have the king. So it's safe not to, we should know the layout of the spade suit on defense. So now just in case we need to, let's attack diamonds while we have the spades available as an entry. This is a tricky defense. This is not one that you do against 3 no. You'd probably just merrily cash your 4 spade tricks and hope to get another trick. But against 1 no, you're going to need more than just those 4 spade tricks. So ideally, the way that the defense goes, it'll go 9 of diamonds and, I guess we cover, but sorry, cover to the jack. And then, again, West knows their partner has the king of spades. And the fact that the diamond went to the jack should mean that partner's got to have some bunch of stuff in diamonds. So let's try another one. That's exactly what partner needed to do. The east hand was only in 2 times, once with the queen of spades and once with the king of spades. Both times they needed to use those entries to lead through diamonds. This one is a tough defense, but the general point is that you want to sort of develop tricks in more than one suit against 1 and 2 no trump when they're when they're both flat hands, no 5-card suits, no 6-card suits. You're probably going to need to develop more than one suit. And if you've got all of the honors in one suit, sometimes it's right to use that suit as your method of transportation while you attack another suit. It's a tricky one. The very important one is you want to play the Queen of Spades at trick 1 with East hand. I'll go back, sorry. Yeah, man. Oops, okay. A bit too far, but go away, undos. So if 2 of spades, small king, even if you were found the right play that partner doesn't know who has the Queen of Spades. Indeed, the King of Spades, if East is trustworthy and would always play the Queen of Spades from King Queen, when they play the King of Spades, they deny the Queen. So if they played the King of Spades at trick 1, West doesn't know what to do after the 9 of diamonds goes to the Jack. A spade works, but they don't know about the Queen of Spades. If East played the Queen of Spades at trick 1 and it holds, West knows about the King. Switching to a diamond at trick 2 is a tough play on defense. If you found it, if you beat 1 no trump, very good for you. There are going to be lots of expert partnerships that would have mechanically gotten it wrong. But and I don't want to discourage you from returning partner suit, but especially defending against 1 no trump and 2 no trump, you'd probably need to look at developing tricks in more than one suit to defeat the contract. If the defense didn't take those 7 tricks on the run, the declarer had 4 tricks in hearts and the ace, king, queen of clubs. So this was the only way to defeat this contract, is for East to use the king of spades and the queen of spades to lead diamonds twice through the king. I would be surprised if 1 no trump went down. Again, if you could take a peek and see what happened.
It didn't. No one, no Trump
Yeah,
one.
this was a really tough hand to put into a defense. But if you sort of get the general principles, the fact that you let 1 no make on this hand is nothing you should be ashamed of. Okay, any other comments on that one? All right. Let's go on to the last one. This was another fun one. I liked this one. This was another one where you had to help partner out. Come on, you. Okay. East will start out south passes. West has 13 points on 4-4 in the minors. You should try to open 1 diamond with that shape, with 4-4 in the minors. The reason is that if you open a diamond, you'll have a 2 club rebid in as a backup club in a no pun intended, as a backup in an emergency. Like, let's forget about looking at this actual hand, but pretend it went a diamond, north overcalled a spade, and there was a negative double. Now you can't bid a no trump without a spade stopper. You shouldn't bid 2 hearts without 4, but you can rebid 2 clubs. Okay, and you're okay. Partner will assume you have 5-4, but it's clearly the best misdescription. Hang on. So sorry. If we opened a club and the auction went the same way, now you can't bid 2 diamonds because that would show extra values. That's a reverse. So that's why with 4-4 in the minors, you should open a diamond irrespective of suit quality, unless you want to pretend your 4-card suit is a 3-card suit. You open a diamond. So 1 diamond. North only has 8 hard card points, but they really, really, really want a heart lead. You shouldn't make a weak jump over call with only 5. Some people will, but it's bad discipline to do so. But they do have, it's very minimum, but this is a 1 heart opener. With minimum point counts, it's always stressing how good your suit is. If I had the same shape, but I had ace 10, 8, 5th of hearts, and king jack 4th of clubs, I wouldn't overcall a heart. I would just, I don't particularly want to encourage a heart lead. Here you do. So North should overcall a heart. East has a great hand. They're probably going to end up in 4 spades, but you don't want to rush it. In case there's a slam out there, we've got the boss suit, so there's no rush. Start slow with when you've got big hands. Find out what's going on. Pass. East has a heart, West has a heart stopper, so they can bid a no trump now. Pass, and East is hurt enough. If West only has 12 to 14, there's almost certainly not a slam there. And 3 no trump should cross your mind, but it's weird. I like the fact I've got 7 tricks and partner has a heart stopper, but I've still got a distributional hand. 4 spades is normal. And that should end the auction. Okay. So what should we lead to south? We've got this really nice sequence in diamonds, but unless you have a really good reason, lead partner suit. If I had the ace king of diamonds, I might lead a diamond. But just because I've got this little mini sequence in diamonds doesn't mean partners are happy when you do something that they suggested. So we'll lead the 3 of hearts. So 3 of hearts, and they can win the 8 nice and cheaply. And they cash the king of hearts, and South has played high-low. If South had started with 3 hearts, they wouldn't play this way. I think Linda's recommending they play low from 3 small. So here, North knows that South only has 2 hearts, but they continue with the ace of hearts. So they'll continue with the ace of hearts, which cashes. Now, South should be fairly happy at this point. They're good. The 3rd heart is going to cash. We've got the ace of clubs. The problem is the partner doesn't know about the ace of clubs. Partner, let's do a pretend hand. Unfortunately, I can't write the whole hand. Pretend that South's hand was Jack XX of spades, and they didn't have the ace of clubs. The East had the ace of clubs. Now, North would have to play a 4th heart to promote the Jack of spades. Not sure that North would know to do that, but South knows where the 4th defensive trick might be coming from. Partner won't have the ace of diamonds because East is bid as strongly if they have. The point is that, once again, this is one South knows what to do. They can try playing the 4 of clubs as an encouraging club. That very well might work. But South knows what to do. They can suggest something to North, and North might get it right, but South knows. So if one person knows, it's their responsibility to get partner away from potentially making a mistake. So they should rough their partner's spade trick, because there's no tricks coming in spades, there's no tricks coming in diamonds. Now we can hope the ace of clubs cashes, and it does. So that was the other one. This was very similar to hand 2. I know what to do. I can sort of suggest to my partner, but if I know what to do and my partner doesn't, I'm going to take control. If that means I need to rough my partner's suit, so be it. That's the guaranteed way of defeating 4 spades, and that's the best way. If you don't do that, North has a choice of what to do after 3 rounds of hearts. The 4 of clubs might work. Certainly North should notice that the 3 and the 2 are outstanding. Sorry, I'll undo a bit so we're back where we were. But we like our partners, but we shouldn't trust them to do the right thing 100% of the time. We can do the best we can, but if we know it's not an insult to partner to take control, partner might dolefully look at you and say, I would have gotten it right anyway, you know. But yeah, well, I just wanted to make sure. You want to make sure rather than let partner have the chance to go wrong. And that was the point of this one. If the Ace of Hearts had held at trick 3 with a very, very good partner, like if this was an expert North-South partnership, after this play, North should know that South would have ruffed and cashed either the Ace of Clubs or the Ace of Diamonds if they had one. So if I was playing with an expert partner in North and they had let me hold trick 3, I would play a 4th heart, hoping that this promotes some spade trick and partner. It's a matter of trust. That's what good defense is somebody seizing control when they know what's right. If they don't seize control, then their partner should know they couldn't have had certain hands where they could have. I'm not wording that very well, sorry. But once again, this is one where you trump partner's trick so that you can cash the ace that you know is the potential 4th trick, but partner doesn't. That's it. That's a tough one as well. It's instinctive to, hey, great, we've cashed those 3 tricks. My partner's, I can make a signal. Probably it'll work. Probably see a lot of 4 spades down 1, but there's a potential to go wrong. If North plays a 4th heart, or if they shift to a spade or a diamond, then this club goes away on the ace, king, queen of diamonds or on the rough stuff.
But the only way this works is if North overcalls with a 1 heart bid.
Probably, yeah. If not, then South is going to probably lead the jack of diamonds, and
Right.
then that's why. Then the heart tricks will go. The heart trick will go away on the ace, king, queen of diamonds. Yes, South had to lead a heart at trick 1 to defeat this contract, and realistically, the only way they were going to find that lead, is if North overcalled a heart. That's why you like overcalling with such good suits. That you really know, you are sure that this is going to be the right lead. Almost sure. So yeah, with light hands, the quality of the suit you're overcalling with, it should be the overriding factor. They've opened the bidding and you've got fewer points than they do. So they're probably going to buy the contract. Let's make sure our partner gets off to the right lead. Okay.
Very informative. Thank you very much, Mike.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm going to be doing them for the rest of the month. Just as a reminder, we're shutting down Clubhouse for our annual vacation. There's no Clubhouse lessons.
Community game, community
The
game.
community game. Yeah, sorry. No community game in July. So we've got this Thursday and then the Tuesday and Thursday next week, and then we've got July off. Thank you guys. I hope you had enjoy.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep. Okay. Thank you
Okay,
very
bye.
much, guys. I'm off to dinner.
Can
Hope
you
you
stop
enjoy.
the recording?
Great.